Thanks for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Mark Martin. Tragedy in Texas after a gunman opened fire at a church in a small town outside of San Antonio, killing 26 people. This was the deadliest church shooting in U.S. history. We're learning more about the gunman who opened fire inside First Baptist Church Sunday in Sutherland Springs, Texas, killing 26 people. Authorities say Devin Patrick Kelly was dressed in full combat gear and carrying an assault rifle.
We have 6 ambulances en route.
The 26-year-old lived in a San Antonio suburb, and state and federal authorities say he doesn't appear to be linked to any organized terrorist groups. He had received a bad conduct discharge from the Air Force and wasn't supposed to have a gun.
The second we knew what was going on, we just ran over there to help as much as we could.
Authorities say Kelly pulled into a gas station across from the church. Kelly then crossed the street and started firing at the church and eventually went inside where an 11 o'clock service had just started. As he left, Kelly was stopped by a neighbor with a gun and then chased in his car by that neighbor and Johnny Langendorf.
It was a pretty hot pursuit, very fast, and it ended quickly, which was good.
Kelly eventually crashed his SUV on a country road. Law enforcement found him dead with a gunshot wound.
At this time, we don't know if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound or if he was shot by our local resident.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott condemning this senseless violence and comforting the mourning.
There's so many families who've lost family members, fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters. The tragedy, of course, is worsened by the fact that it occurred in a church, a place of worship, where these people were innocently gunned down.
On tour in Asia, President Trump also called the attack an act of evil. And in Texas, the small town is in mourning.
Our hearts are broken.
Just thinking about my own kids. It could have been us.
Could have been our kids.
It could have been 5 minutes down the road.
It could have been our kids. So it does hit you hard.
Among the many killed, 14-year-old Annabelle Renee Pomeroy. Her father, the church pastor, was out of town at the time of the shooting. He says he wants the world to know his daughter was one very beautiful, special child. And others stood firm in their faith.
With anyone in that church that died, we know that they're in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ right now.
As for Kelly, investigators are still trying to find out why he carried out this attack, the deadliest church shooting in U.S. history. And joining me now to weigh in on this tragedy is Eric Rosales, our national security correspondent. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, thank you so much, Mark.
What more have you learned about the shooter?
Well, I tell you what, we've learned that 26-year-old Devin Kelly, he actually had a wife and a kid. He was living in the New Braunfels area, which is just about 30 or so miles away from the San Antonio area. Now, he did purchase the Ruger AR-556 rifle from Academy Sports about a year ago, and he listed a Colorado address on this, on the application, and he also listed that he had no criminal history at all. And that would actually be against the law for him to lie like that, because as we all know, back in 2012, he actually got a bad discharge, a dishonorable discharge from the Air Force after being court-martialed for being abusive to both his wife and his kid. Mark?
Authorities are still trying to find a motive, Eric. What are you hearing about that?
Well, you know, I did reach out to several of my contacts. I used to work in the Texas markets all up and down throughout the state, and I've been in contact with many of them. They said that they're still working on a motive right now, but at least several of my sources did confirm that he apparently had a beef. That is how they're describing it, a beef with several of the congregation members there. Don't know exactly what that beef is, but just that he was upset at them. But you know, you have to ask yourself again, why go in and kill everyone in that church? It's just a tragic situation there.
We've seen several church shootings in the last 3 years, Eric. It's hard to believe. Security seems like the norm these days.
It certainly is. You know, it's you know, you have to have that watchdog mentality, the sheepdog mentality, where you have to be able to watch over for any type of wolves or anything like that. You know, speaking from personal experiences, I actually was on the security detail in my old church. That was in People's Church in Fresno, California. That was a congregation of about 5,000 members. And what we used to do periodically, it was made up of ex-law enforcement, current law enforcement, and also ex-military, and we would actually work on these types of scenarios, in fact, in the church auditorium, like let's say on a Saturday, and work out different situations. Okay, if the shooter would come this way, this is what you have to do. This is the type of thing that a lot of churches have to do nowadays, is be able to practice for these different scenarios. As we know, this was a very small church. It was a church, just a tiny little church, maybe just a few hundred or so. But that's something that we do have to practice. All right, national security correspondent Eric Rosales, thanks for being with us today. Thank you so much. In other news, Saudi Arabia says Iran is behind a ballistic missile attack launched from Yemen, and it could be considered an act of war against the kingdom. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen fired the long-range missile at Riyadh Saturday. A Saudi-led coalition helping Yemen fight the rebels responded with airstrikes against 15 targets. A spokesman for the Saudi government said the missile was developed by Iran and smuggled into Yemen. Iran denies arming the rebels. He also said the kingdom reserves its right to respond to Iran in the appropriate time and manner. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul is recovering after suffering an assault in his home Friday. A senior advisor to the senator says he has 5 broken ribs after an assailant blindsided him. He added that the nature of the internal damage could lead to life-threatening injuries. The alleged attacker, Rene Boucher, is charged with 4th-degree assault. Police confirmed that Boucher and Paul know each other. Local news reported they are neighbors who've been engaged in an ongoing feud. On Twitter, Senator Paul thanked the community for their prayers. At least 8 people are seriously hurt after a possible tornado hit a small Ohio city Sunday. Mercer County officials say 6 people were injured while at a restaurant in the town of Salina. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Several businesses have had heavy damage, and as you can see, there are downed trees and power lines. The National Weather Service says 2 separate tornadoes hit the county. The strongest one struck Salina's business district. Coming up, it's the only place in Washington where you can see a moon rock and a Star Wars villain. And no, it's not the Air and Space Museum. CBN's Ben Kennedy. It's at the National Cathedral when we return. Welcome back. It's been 6 years since an earthquake rattled Washington, D.C. and caused more than $34 million in damage to the National Cathedral. Ben Kennedy takes us inside to see how a force is helping with repairs.
It's officially known as the Cathedral Church of St. Peter and St. Paul. The stately structure offers spectacular views, vaulted ceilings, and more than 200 stained glass windows, including one depicting space, which is especially unique.
A real piece of the moon is in the window.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the only place in Washington where you can actually see a piece of the moon.
7 grams of lunar rock, to be exact.
It was not just rock that they returned to Earth, but in an exciting way, the very horizon of eternity.
Donated by the crew of Apollo 11, led by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Long before that historic landing came creation, symbolized in this window. 10,000 pieces of hand-blown glass highlight God creating the heavens and the earth. The cathedral allowed CBN News a rare up-close look.
If you look at the top of these windows, you have the Supreme Court and the White House, and then the U.S. Capitol.
The cathedral sits above all those famous places, making it the highest point in Washington, D.C. It is there that stone gargoyles and grotesques are believed to ward off evil spirits. But one stone sculpture draws visitors to the dark side.
This is the north side of the cathedral, the dark side of the cathedral, which is why he is where he is.
He is none other than Darth Vader? May the Force be with you when trying to track down Darth Vader. As you'll see, he's not easy to spot. Now, I'm no Jedi, so I had to travel 20 stories up through an elevator just to get a better sight up top of the Sith Lord.
People come and they just want to see Vader, and they stand right down there on the ground, like that guy right there. And you walk by and they're looking and they're looking and they're looking and they just want to see him.
A design competition during the 80s Star Wars craze sparked an entry, which ended up earning the well-known villain his spot.
It's actually been great because it's one form of engagement that the people have with the cathedral, which sometimes is all they need, and then they want to come back and they want to see what's inside. And then maybe they want to come back and go to church, or they want to, so, whatever it takes to lure people in the door, Vader has a purpose.
His purpose could be the Force behind helping the cathedral recover from the millions in damages caused by the 2011 earthquake that rattled the nation's capital.
Where a magnitude 5.3 earthquake has been felt.
And here you can see, this is earthquake damage.
Repairing and replacing stonework costs big bucks. Money the cathedral doesn't have. That's where visitors and donors can make the difference.
A lot of people do visit the National Cathedral.
Yeah.
What are the numbers? How many are we talking about?
We get about, all told, visitors and worshipers, we get about 750,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
Christmas and Easter are our big ones.
During those services, priests and special guests have shared God's message from the Canterbury pulpit for decades.
A lot of people have preached from here. Billy Graham, the Dalai Lama,
Martin
Luther King, obviously, yeah.
Influencers, tourists, and a faithful following keep the Washington National Cathedral running, and having the Force on the grounds doesn't hurt, especially with new Star Wars movies bringing in new generations.
You can come back to it time and time again, and no matter where you are in your life or your life circumstance, you can find something new and enriching and something to move your faith to the next place.
After spending a day inside, we only got to see a fraction of what the National Cathedral has to offer. So, bottom line, it appears we'll just have to come back. For CBN News, I'm Ben Kennedy in Washington.
Up next, 20 Iranian Christians embark on a dangerous mission. Hear why former Muslims are willing to risk their lives to get baptized. This will come as a surprise to most people. Christianity is growing faster in Iran than in any other country in the world. The population there is overwhelmingly Muslim, yet tens of thousands are abandoning Islam. Recently, a group of Iranian Christians got baptized, and they invited our reporter George Thomas to document the occasion.
On a recent Friday, 600 miles east of Tehran, not too far from the Afghanistan-Turkmenistan border, 20 Iranians prepared for a secret journey out of their country. For their safety, we've concealed their identities and changed their names.
I've been waiting for this moment for nearly 9 years.
The mission took months to prepare. It was fraught with danger.
This was my wish before I die.
Afarin helped arrange their travel.
The moment the Iranian government discovers someone has changed their religion, they will try everything to stop the person from sharing their new faith with others.
Most of these new Christians paid a price for abandoning Islam.
The government scares Christians, imprisons them, fires them from their jobs, kicks them out of school, and many other tactics, all in an effort to stop them from evangelizing.
Afarin knew what they were about to experience could land them in trouble. CBN News met them shortly after they left Iran. Due to the sensitive nature of this report, CBN News has agreed not to reveal our location nor the names of the individuals associated with the story. And this is why they left Iran for a few days. For the first time, all 20 followed Christ in baptism.
Inside Iran, if the government found out that you were baptized, you would be automatic imprisonment. And so rather than do that inside their country, they came outside for a special event like this.
One by one, the young and old got dunked. Men, women, and children, all of whom renounced Muhammad and professed their faith in Jesus Christ, in a swimming pool rented for the occasion. 53-year-old Faribors waited 10 years for this moment.
I accepted Christ when I was 43 years old. There was no way for me to get baptized in Iran because of the dangers we face. Today, my faith is complete.
16-year-old Sarah accepted Christ 4 years ago.
I became a Christian after seeing Jesus in a dream. As I was getting baptized this morning, I felt the Holy Spirit come upon me in a new way.
Entire families got baptized.
It feels very good. I'm very happy. My whole family is happy.
And what makes this baptism all the more significant is that the majority of Iranians in attendance have come from the nation's third largest city of Mashhad, which also happens to be one of Shia Islam's most holiest cities. Ilahi, once a devout Muslim, said the Quran left her with more questions than answers.
This was the appointed time for me to get baptized. Also, I know God used the past 11 years to grow my faith so I could endure difficult times.
Experts say her testimony and that of many others points to evidence that God is advancing His kingdom in Iran.
We had never seen such an unprecedented growth of an underground church anywhere else before.
Mike Ansari, an Iranian by birth, is director of operations at Mohabbat TV. In 2006, it became the first 24-hour Farsi Christian channel to beam gospel programs into Iran. The majority baptized this weekend came to faith by watching Mohabbat TV.
Some of these believers waited for many, many years to be baptized. They want to tell the world that they belong to Jesus. They want to tell the world that what was before is dead and now they're a new creation.
Ansari says many Iranians, especially the young, feel disillusioned with Islam, and record numbers are turning to this channel to learn more about Christianity.
Roughly about 16 million Iranians within the last 12 months have viewed one or more of our programs on satellite TV and also on their mobile devices. That roughly translates to about 20% of Iran's population. And that is an overwhelming number.
Mohabbat is now one of 4 satellite channels broadcasting continuous Christian programming into Iran.
Since we didn't know other believers or were part of a house church, there was nobody to help us grow in our faith. We could only grow through watching Mohabbat TV and with the Holy Spirit's help to get stronger in our faith.
Nathan Rastampour led a house church in Iran for 10 years until he was forced to flee because of religious persecution. Now he hosts a show on Mohabbat TV, teaching folks how to safely run a house church inside Iran.
God is using this house church show to not only share the gospel, but also to equip the house churches and make leaders.
And those who track the growth of Christianity around the world say the one place where the faith is growing the most is in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Edward Hovsepian says this is nothing short of a miracle. His brother, Haik Hovsepian, an Assemblies of God pastor, was murdered in Iran for his faith in 1994. He says no matter how hard the government tries, it hasn't been able to stop the spread of Christianity.
They are very scared of the Bible, and they realize many Iranians are attracted to Christianity. The government persecutes them, hoping to undo the effect, but the result is the opposite as more come to faith.
After a few days of fellowship, teaching, and encouragement, the 20 believers returned to Iran, energized and committed to sharing the love of Christ with their countrymen. Ansari says these exclusive images should encourage Christians that God is moving on the hearts of Iranians.
There's a lot of good news that is coming out of Iran, and we need to focus on that and celebrate that. We're hoping that the results that are being shared with the church in the West would encourage the body of Christ in the Western world, that God is very much alive among Muslims and He's doing a great job.
George Thomas, CBN News. Somewhere in the Middle East.
Somewhere in the Middle East where God is on the move. That is wonderful to see all of those coming to Christ in Iran. We'll be right back. There's more of CBN NewsWatch on the way. Thanks for staying with us. Operation Blessing is still on the ground in Mexico, building homes for earthquake victims. They have been there since 2 deadly earthquakes struck Mexico in September, one near Mexico City and one on the southern coast. OB responded immediately by providing food, water, and emergency supplies. And now they are taking it a step further by coordinating volunteers to help build permanent homes. 70-year-old Tanita was one of the first ones to get help. She lost her house and her husband when the deadly earthquake struck, but her home was rebuilt. Now she has a new bedroom, bathroom, living room, and kitchen. That's wonderful. And that's it for now on CBN NewsWatch. You can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about at cbnnews.com. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.